I don't get it. That's why I reached out to Trump. I wanted to just say, listen, I'm really sorry that this is going on and it's being dealt with this way. Not because I'm in favor of his politics or what he says. I criticize him all the time. That's my job, and he deserves it. But he doesn't deserve this. A guy pointing an AK-47 at him while he's playing golf? And we take solace in the fact that the guy didn't get any rounds off. If I had been through what that guy's been through in the last 2 months, you would not know where I am. You would never see me on TV again. No way I would do that. I don't know how he does it. He's got kids, they're adults, but he's got grandkids. He's got a wife. People giving crap to Melania Trump, worrying about whether or not there was a plot around his husband. How could she not? People mock her. And then her husband has a guy pointed with an AK-47. Where are those people apologizing? That's what it's time for. We are playing a dangerous game with ourselves. He is not a despot in waiting. Okay? I don't buy it. You gotta care when somebody tries to kill somebody. I've told you this before, and I've learned the lesson so many times myself around the world. Either you care when anyone is hurt, or you'll never really care about anyone being hurt.
Chris Cuomo, man, this guy just gave us a passionate apology to Donald Trump on behalf of, well, he didn't really make it on behalf of the left, but I'll accept it on behalf of the left for them mocking the assassination attempt of Donald Trump. Now, the whole point of this whole video is because right now, Chris Cuomo, man, that guy seemed to be turning ties, dog. He's sounding more and more MAGA-like. More and more every single day. Every time he drop a piece of content, I'm going, yo, what? He even admitted that he was glad that Trump ran against the liberals that we're gonna get into in just a second. But in regards to this video, people are saying, yo, this is spot on. We'll see if he means this or not within a few days or weeks of, somebody else said, his introspective take seemed genuine, but I never trust any talking head, especially on the left. There's always an interior motive. What do you hate more, Trump or the Democrats destroying our country? Now, you could make the claim that he's trying to do what all of these Democrats on the left well, not all of them, but most of them trying to do, which is save some face. But I have seen, blemishes of genuineness from Chris Cuomo, especially at the DNC when he put on blast all the millions of dollars being spent, for people to get hotels inside of the DNC. But yeah, I've been saying it for a while. He's starting to wake up. It may not be all the way that we want to, but he's starting to wake up. Let's go ahead and go into the clip that I told you we was going to get into, the main event, where he downplays, lefties. He criticizes lefties for downplaying the Trump assassination attempt. Check it out.
What I found completely appalling and outrageous was how unimpressed lefties were by Trump getting shot in the head. And how many of you would say, will you stop saying he got shot in the head? It just nicked his ear.
Well, not only that, I remember going to the barbershop in the Vegas. People know I'm a Trump supporter. They know what I do. The very first thing that one of the barbers said to me was, yo, Trump, man, he that's all fake. It's fake. He's playing that. And he was going to sit there and do all that, man. No, I ain't believing it for 1 second. And I'm just like, yo, somebody actually died. I don't believe it. I'm like, bro, like, you guys have no level of compassion whatsoever. Y'all TDS is just on fire.
And how many of you would say, will you stop saying he got shot in the head? It just nicked his ear. Once again, to my earlier point, you get nicked in the ear by a bullet and tell me that it's no big deal. I'm good. Nah. That's crazy. If that had happened to Harris, you guys would have talked about it for 3 days nonstop about how we're in helter-skelter mode or whatever it is.
He said 3 days. Shoot, we'll still be talking about it till this day. Imagine had that happen to Harris and then Trump still managed to win on November 5th. This country would be a totally different country. Why? Because, we play favoritism. We are very hypocritical when it comes to things we like and don't like. We create the double standard. And for whatever reason, Trump since 2016 has been that double standard.
But how we're in helter-skelter mode or whatever it is. And then you call me for saying that. This is why you lost the election. That's exactly why you lost the election. You are out of touch. You lost the plot about how people feel in the majority. That's what you did. And that was a perfect example of it, that situation. Oh, I think it was just a teleprompter. You would have never assessed it that way if you didn't wish the guy had died. How up is that?
Screwed up.
That you wished he had died. That you play down that he was shot at.
Yeah, we had a whole lot of meme culture went crazy over that. Like you had people, oh, I'm so sad that he missed. They even had it like trending on TikTok. Oh man, people. I seen a woman, a little girl crying in the video saying, "Oh my gosh, can't believe they missed. We were this close to getting funded." I'm like, bro, these people, these are humans. This is so inhumane of us to sit there and wish death on somebody just because you differ in political ideologies. This is insane, man. And it says a lot about you.
Oh, I think it was just a teleprompter. You would have never assessed it that way if you didn't wish the guy had died. How up is that? That you wished he had died. That you play down that he was shot at. It was disgusting. And I, for one, felt a measure of satisfaction that you were punished for it politically, because there is no place for that. Oh, he would have. He is not the standard of any kind of virtue. Okay? And he still beat you.
Honestly, I will never understand how many people celebrated that moment and was also mourning that moment for it not actually going all the way through for the shooter to actually successfully have carried it out. People were literally like, and like I said, that girl was in tears. You had, I seen a bunch of people in car videos like, oh man, this close. I was just sitting back and all looking at the world like, yo, this is us. This is how we do it. Somebody said, are these classic lefties truly seeing the light or just changing their spots? I don't trust this guy at all. Remember him lying about living in the basement and having his bid come out with his family playing along. I don't know anything of the situation. And he played a role in that. Somebody else said, Cuomo, that is. He played a role in that. He's just trying to save himself now. That is BS. Trump downplayed his own attempted assassination. So you're going to blame the left for the American people voting for a convicted felon? Really? What kind of sense does that make? Trump, a convicted felon elected because of an assassination attempt, white privilege. What? Well, yeah, Trump, he's Trump. He's going to get shot in the ear and survive and go, as long as I can move, I'm good. But I think the point that Cuomo was trying to make was left-wing media, mainstream and legacy media would have had the shoe been on the other foot. That would have been a totally different. It would have been a totally different response in media coverage. Totally different. A lot of it was a whole lot of, all right, what is Trump up to now? You know what I mean? But it's just ridiculous. Let me see what else we got here. Cuomo and Lemon types belong in prison for the role that they played spreading propaganda to protect an election steal and treatments. I don't want to say the first word, period. No forgiveness. They knew their agenda was carried. They knew their agenda and it was carried out. Prison. So a lot of the sentiment is that he's having these changes of heart because of Trump actually winning in the first place. But I'm going to play out this clip this was posted earlier this year in the summer, in May, actually, where Chris Cuomo says that the witch hunt trial against Trump should have never happened. So yeah, this is something that we've been seeing from Cuomo for a little while now. Let's check it out.
I agree with your analysis of this case. I've never liked it. I don't like that Bragg jumped the line because I think that he wound up ruining what was a legitimate legal look at what happened in Georgia, which now I don't know that it's going to happen because of that immunity argument, although I think it will lose. This was a misdemeanor that was trumped up to felonies. To call it 34 counts is laughable because the 34 counts are different checks that were signed to pay back Cohen. This district attorney has no problem knocking down significant felonies to misdemeanors. He did it 70% of the time. Now, the people of New York City can judge him, and if they like the policy, he made an argument of why he was going to do that. But the same guy who does that then did this to Trump. He campaigned on going after Trump. And you don't make this case against anybody else. And the same thing goes for the Attorney General in New York. And yes, she went after my brother, so maybe I'm just saying it because she did that. I'm not, but have at it. You don't bring the case of 2 sets of books that you brought against Trump. Did he have 2 sets of books? Yes. Did he have Michael Cohen pay off these ladies and try to hide it? Yes, he did it. Should it have been prosecuted as a felony? Absolutely not. Does it embolden his case that everything that happens in America is corrupt? Yes, and I think that's a big tragedy. So what does this mean to him? My analysis of it is this. The only way it hurts him is if in specific states, people who are called persuadables right now, which is really not fair because what they really are is, in my interviews with these populations, I don't know which one of these is more frightening to me. So I don't know yet. That's not really a persuadable. A real persuadable is, I like what Dave is saying, but not 100%. If Cuomo could help me a little bit more on these issues, I may go for him. That's a persuadable. This is just people who are just so disgusted. They don't know which way to go. This may move the needle in states with that population in a way that could hurt Trump. But I think he's going to raise a lot of money off it. He already has. And I think it was a case that should not have been brought. And it was brought for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Cuomo is making a little too much sense these days. Yeah, I don't know how to take it. I don't know. How we feeling, chat? Let me know.